let's talk a little bit about how I make money and how I lose it. Remember this video?
He rapidly leveled up past our characters, and then by the second night he was like at endgame content.
Okay, so that was the Bonnie interview that I did a couple weeks ago. Now we're gonna find out exactly how much money I've made on it to date. Right now it has 167,000 views according to my YouTube Analytics app. It's like 30 minutes long. YouTube loves long videos right now, especially over 10 minutes. And by the way, I put an ad into the middle of it, maybe two, I forget. Either way, put extra ads in it, so this video should be primed to make really good money. It made, as of right now, $264.79. And now we're gonna look at another video that I recently made that you guys really liked that I think, I actually really like it as well. Let's take a look. So this is actually the behind the scenes video that I produced several different weeks ago with Broden. You guys really liked that video. It was one of the more interesting videos that I've done the past couple months and one of my favorites. Let's find out how much it made. So actually that video was over 10 minutes, so we're still in the happy spot for YouTube ad revenue. It got 66,000 views, which is not stellar. It's about a third of what the Bonnie interview did. And right now it is sitting at $90.99. I'll even screenshot it right now so we can show that on the screen for you. What does this all mean? Why am I telling you this? And especially because people don't tend to like to talk about personal finances, especially in the US. I, on this channel and in my other content and on Twitter, constantly advocating for transparency in esports. I'm talking frequently about how sponsorship should be public, how I think salaries should be public for players, how everything should be more out there so that everybody kind of understands the economics of content and esports. It's probably good for me to start to bring a little bit more transparency to this channel myself. A lot of people have been asking me, and in some situations making assumptions about how I am doing since I decided to stay independent. And because you guys have a stake in my independence and my decision not to go to a full-time company or accept a full-time job, I figure it's time to sort of settle up with you guys and talk a little bit about this stuff. I'll explain to you guys. I'll explain to you what went into the Bonnie interview. So when the day finally came to do this interview, Broden met up at my place, we filmed a little bit, then we met up with Bonnie. I bought the Starbucks, I'm not even including that in this, it was fine. But then we went over to my buddy Luke's place and we filmed on his rooftop because we didn't have to pay for a location to shoot. We don't have a studio or anything like that. So we set up a 2-camera shot. So if you notice, there's one shot of Bonnie, then there's a second shot of Bonnie. So the color is different, they look different. We brought it into the edit, and I actually had a different friend edit that. The complication there was that the color on the 2 cameras were not the same, and so that extended the edit a little bit. Anyway, the point is that while that video made 260 bucks on YouTube, it's not sponsored, there was no other way to make money off of it, and because I pay my editors a fair wage, and because there was pre-production, shooting, and other stuff involved, that all cost money. The behind the scenes video is an even crazier story because that one right now we're at about 90 bucks on it. Broden and I planned out the shots that we wanted to take for the whole intro sequence, and then he came over that morning, we shot a bunch of the stuff, went to LCS, shot there, then Broden brought it into the edit, and we shot so much footage that it actually took quite a bit to like bring this all in, that it was several days of edit. And again, I pay Broden more than $90 for a couple days of work, which is, that's probably fair, Broden. You're happy with that, right? Okay, yeah, so he would like to get paid more than $90 for a couple days of work. And I, my time costs money as well. Definitely lost money on the behind the scenes video. Now let's talk about gear a little bit, because a lot of people don't even think about the fact that I had to use a bunch of gear to shoot both of these. Actually, here. So here's all the gear that we used for that Bonnie interview. Thank you to the people that bought some of this for us off the Amazon wish list. We definitely use it. A 35mm lens, a 19mm lens, 2 lav mics, we only have one, we had to borrow one from Luke, an audio adapter so we can get the audio in via 2 XLR cables, a shotgun microphone, a small tripod, a big tripod, 2 SD cards, a pair of nice headphones, thank you Omen, the A6300 camera that we use for the 2-shot, and the A7R3 that we are using to shoot this. And all that goes into this backpack. Shout out to Meta Threads. I tweeted about this backpack a couple weeks ago. They sent it to me. This is their level 3 backpack. Not a sponsored video. I just want to say thank you to them because that's where all its gear goes. So if I'm losing money on those videos, where am I actually making money? How does this work? Well, there's a couple different answers to that. One is the LCS interviews. The LCS interviews cost very, very little to produce, and I can make a ton of them over the course of the weekend. They're also some of my most popular content, so they tend to do well. So because of that, I can actually maybe break even on AdSense, and then I've got a great, awesome sponsor right now in Omnislash who helps cover the cost of that and pay me a little bit as a sponsorship. Additionally, I also have things like Hotline League, and thankfully Omen sponsors that as well, so Mark and I can actually get paid. Then there's also things like Twitch subs and Patreon and a couple different areas, and so it's okay that occasionally I make one of these really expensive, relatively, videos because I like it and you guys like it, and it ends up working out okay because there's all these other things that end up actually breaking even. And the whole point of this video is to really talk about you, because you are the reason I have decided to stay independent and not work for a big media company. Whenever I came back from Worlds, I really saw the support that you guys were giving me. I think several other sponsors did as well, like Omen for instance, and saw that you guys were passionate about this stuff, and they decided to support me. And that is all because of you. So whenever you guys are buying something off the wish list, you are hitting up the Patreon, you're supporting me with a sub on Twitch, or you're helping me in a non-directly financial situation, like hitting up a giveaway that I'm doing with a sponsor, tweeting a sponsor saying you like the video, subscribing to the channel, sharing the content, all that stuff really, really helps. And this is a joint venture. You know, I'm not working at a big media company. Instead, we're all working together to help make this video and this channel and everything else that goes on it work, you know? Broden, how you doing, Broden? Broden gets paid in part because of the support that you guys give the channel. I can afford to live okay. I have a 3-bedroom, 3-bath that I share with 2 dudes in Los Angeles. That's kind of expensive, but I can afford to do that because of you. So again, thank you so much for all the support. Hopefully this has been informative. Now you know how I'm making money, how this all works, and again, I still think this is a pretty big experiment. We're gonna see how 2018 goes, and hopefully I don't lose my hat in the process, but that is why it's kind of hard to make some of those bigger videos. Thank you so much for your support, and thanks for watching.